Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Good. Oh, yes. What for now? I'm having some headache. Let's see if I can play. Show me. Mm, Good opponent. I'll play one more maybe today.
Well, football is,
Feeling
of course, ultimately just a game, but for the
bit
next 2 hours, it might not feel like that.
tired and all.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This
I
certainly
don't know.
matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon.
But boss.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing, and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Now that looks a decent ball. Here comes the... He's got tall! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind the finish!
Xavi Alonso
With the clearance. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing.
What?
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Xavi Alonso.
So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Now Otto. And the return pass. And it's Rijkaard. Lovely, now then. Van
Brother
Basten!
has left
It's
the
in!
game.
A
Hello,
quite
hello,
incredible
hello.
spell. They are
Hello.
flying.
Thanks for coming to the stream.
Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take
Brother
your hat
just
off
go,
and
I
just
think,
say, too good.
out of the game. Feeling bad for him. Not what's going on, man?
Things starting to look
It's not
very
necessary.
comfortable.
Yeah, and you
He
have to
turned on
say
his
that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Mateus
He turned on
demonstrating
his
his defensive quality there.
and all.
Otto. Cannavaro. Van Basten. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking for options for movement. Nakamura. Nicely worked.
Turned on
And
AC.
he's made sure that's not getting through. Oh, some tackle that.
Good play.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Ambitious ball here.
He doesn't even know what passes he's
Otto.
doing.
Xavi Alonso. Now it's Aubameyang. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He has found the way through. Cross goes in. Chance! And he's straight offside.
I shouldn't have passed him, man. What the freak I'm doing? Should have passed to the second player.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by
Turned on
goals,
AC for the
and
second
two between them at half-time.
game. Yeah, second half. I mean,
Here we go again.
I'm sure he is turned on AC. Yeah.
Cannavaro. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Bale. Now it's Bellingham.
Bad
No, it's
pass.
come to nothing.
Come on. Why am I giving
Ruben
these passes?
Diaz. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Xavi Alonso. Now Otto. Plays a sharp little ball here. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Bellingham. Early stages of the second half, and still two between them. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a cute ball. Can he get onto this? Oh, smashing header! And the keeper couldn't hold it.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And he's there to make the challenge. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Succumbs to the pressure.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. Oh, shooting chance! They would have been. In he goes again!
Bro, do not,
Ronaldo is flagged
do not
offside.
turn passes into good passes, man. Bad passes turn into good. Horrible game, man. Again, David De Gea is the savior, man.
Rijkaard. Turns back here, probably the best option. Howson. Zanetti. A probing pass. Played into space out wide.
Any changes? Players are not moving like shit. Bro, switch to SA, man. That's the horrible part of him. Bad thing. Bro cannot play the game. Switch to SA and full press.
So, time for changes on
This is
both
on
sides,
Maxwell
actually.
also. Damn it.
Rijkaard.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Bro.
I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
This is a goal. No,
And now they can spring out of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. Now, can they get him away? In towards the back stick. Up he goes! That is good pressure. And a chance! Oh, that's fabulous! Sumptuous
What a
finish,
goal,
an
man. I should have cleared
absolute
it.
joy! With so little time left, grandstand finish! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, it's always that bit tougher for a keeper when the underside of the crossbar is in play.
Madrid give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Done.
And
Thanks for
time
turning on
is
SA,
up.
brother.
Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning.
Your opponent turns on SA mid-game. Play 2 more matches, I think. That would be it. Having a little bit of headache. It's best not to play too much. What is this? What is this shit, man?
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. So, Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act
Good player, good player.
between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can work
Nice
really
pass by
well.
me. Okay. Good player.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarterback influence on a team so that as soon as he gets on the ball, everyone starts making runs. He's a master passer and a beautiful manipulator of the ball.
Good player.
And it's Grimaldo. Now, what about a counter-attack? Bale is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Otto. Pings in across. Oh, what a climb!
Second player.
Well,
Go
that
for
is
the
clearly
second
not the outcome he wanted.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Looking for options for movement. And he was alert to it. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Howson. And it's Bellingham. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's shifting through the gears here. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Oh no, what? And the shot! They've scored!
Lucky goal. Good lucky goal, man.
There is the
Thanks for
breakthrough!
subscribing, who subscribed.
The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
So we have the first goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Now it's Bellingham. Kimmich making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, played right into his path. Hazard. And here's Neymar.
Neymar really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bale. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now it's Lewandowski. Madrid are looking to break at pace. And it's Grimaldo.
Smart assist.
And we've reached half-time.
Okay.
There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
What is going on?
There's plenty of
playing so
positives
good.
to take despite the
He's
lead
a
being
good
so
player, but
small,
he was a
Peter.
smart assist.
I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we are back underway. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. No, that's been intercepted. Bale spots it and intercepts. And he's forced to go back. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. All perfectly measured that. Levin,
Don't do
chance!
these passes.
He has
Smart
done it!
users against
They
smart
have
users
come
do not do this
roaring
kind of
back.
passes, man.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Howson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Bellingham. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. He's picked his way through. Very nicely done. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Neymar. And it's Bellingham. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Engages and forces him off the ball. Bale. Xavi Alonso.
No, man.
And the counter is on.
Hmm.
And that could set him on his way. He has a look up.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Van Basten.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Aubameyang. And he's there to get it away. And that's been won straight back.
Yeah,
And that is as far as it goes. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.
They are better than all of us. All players. Yeah, strictly better. I'm not even joking, okay? They're strictly better than all of us. True. Last game of today. I hope this guy is not smart still, otherwise I might lose points also. Holy shit, what a team, man. What a freaking team he has. Damn. Damn.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then.
Well, there's no doubt, Peter, that Alessandro Del Piero will be key here. But I'm curious as to what role he's exactly been given.
Well, what would you do, Jim, if you were the manager?
I'd give him a free role behind the attack. His flair, his technique make him the perfect player for that position. And he always seems to benefit from playing off that central striker.
Shot could be on. Opts to play it back and reclaimed it in a trice. He's in a great position here. And this is Bale. That looks a good cross.
Good. No defending.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Milan have the chance to go the other way. He is through here. Del Piero. Played out to the left flank.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of...
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. The referee's come over. It's a red card.
I knew he would slide.
Milan are now forced to play the bulk of the game, a man short. And this is Bale. Bale, a header!
I knew he was.
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Aubameyang is offering a wry smile there.
This their second corner of the game. That's really well cleared. Oh, important interception. And now they can spring out of defence.
No, don't do that.
Forlan with the clearance.
What? Not mine?
Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it
Okay, good.
with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack
Good.
to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Del Piero.
Okay.
And the shot's on here. Aubameyang is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. He has found the way through. Gattuso.
What a bad pass by me.
Pele. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Forlan. Rijkaard.
My
Bale. Well seen.
Okay,
Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pele. Can he get on the end of this? Van Basten is onto it in a flash.
Okay.
Saliba.
Okay.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Bale. Bale proves just a little bit too strong. Gets his head on it! In for the pieces!
Good, good, good.
Goal! A goal at a really telling moment. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
What?
So the first
Me too,
goal
me too.
of the
My bad,
game.
my bad.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
There's the whistle
This
for
is why
half-time.
you don't slide
There's
tackle,
been
man.
no shortage of industry or intent
That is
thus
why you
far.
don't
A
slide.
little
Hi,
inspiration
Rakesh,
and
man.
inventiveness perhaps the only
Last
things
game
lacking.
today I'm playing.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a
having
fair
headache
reflection
and
of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive
Not
play
worth it.
one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Forlan, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. And there's green grass ahead of him. Rivaldo!
What a save, man.
Oh, that was
What
a
a
brilliant save.
Rivaldo actually didn't do an awful
Good
lot
save,
wrong,
good
to be
save. I
honest.
fucked up a bit.
And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Brother is just using.
Otto promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking to play him in. And it's Bellingham.
Brother is just using.
Nothing
pressure,
wrong with
man.
that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And that's really well manoeuvred. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Takes a shot!
Come on.
Well, the finish
score
certainly
that.
didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's
Game
very good
wise,
running
okay,
that. You're
reduce
always
it.
going to have
Damage,
chances
no.
with that kind of movement.
Game wise, reduced it, man.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Oh, he's seen that early.
Come on.
Used a certain sixth sense. And here's Bellingham.
Come on.
Forlan. Bale. He's found a way through. Bale's cross.
Well,
What?
that has caused disappointment
What a
to
bad
some,
cross, man. What a
unsurprisingly, and
horrible
disgust
cross.
to others. What a waste.
Please don't cross like that. Gattuso. I'm playing against a good opponent. So you don't know what you're saying. I'll reduce the game voice. কি game voice কমাবো না real voice বাড়াবো কোন মানে কমাবো কোনটা? কোনটা করবো বলো? That is good.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They won another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Smart assist.
The message is clear. None shall pass. Still just that single goal, and we are nearly done. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Bale. And he plays one through. And he welcomes it in. And this is Bale. He's got tall.
Maybe.
Goal!
Game voice কমাবো ওকে.
And there's the goal they've been looking for. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
He's picked his way through. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, shooting chance!
Lol.
Relentless! Just relentless! Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents.
I'm coming in 2
Despite
minutes.
their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Guys, a little bit of dehydration. I will come again tomorrow, brother. Sorry for this. I am feeling horrible. Guy, good luck, guys. Good luck. Sorry. Today I had to make a small, short stream, but I didn't think that it will be this short. Thanks to the guy that subscribed. I don't know who did. But thanks to the guy who subscribed. I don't think. Let's check his rank once. Yeah, here's It was a decent like red card costed him the match, I think. Like always sliding tackle, always sliding tackle. Ah, anyway, I would like to end the stream here. It was fun streaming though, but yes, I'm suffering a bit. So let's go. I'll stream tomorrow again. Have fun, guys.